Hey, what's up ladies and gents, SpoonyPizzas here, back with another eFootball 2024 video. Today we'll be looking at the Player of the Weeks for March the 14th. And first up, we're going to take a look at Son Heung-Min. So he's a goal poacher, so the attacking awareness is pretty pivotal here. And with the +2 manager bonus, 89 is decent, but it's not great. And then we're just going to apply his booster effect, so you can see his booster ball control, finishing, kicking power, and physical contact. Now, I've never been able to get much out of Son during my playtime, in all honesty with him. I've tried various builds, and for me his attacking awareness is a little bit low. Even at 89, he's still going to be able to do damage, and he's got great kicking power, so he doesn't really need to be playing on the last line of defense. But that's the whole purpose of a goal poacher, right? To like latch onto those through balls, and he will do that. There are going to be worse players out there, but for me, with this booster card, it's not going to be a player for me personally. But he's got the speed and acceleration, the dribbling, tight possession. It's not too bad, but it's not where it needs to be in my opinion. His balance and physical contact are pretty low. We'll take a look at his player skills now. Scissor feint is very nice, as well as double touch. He's got some nice skills there. And with that kicking power, the long range curler, long range shooting, first time shot, he's going to be a real threat from outside the box. A real threat. And then he's got through passing as well to sort of link the play and play that killer through ball. Next up, we're going to look at Ben White. And this is actually a really nice card. I think if you were going to set him to a defensive fullback, he could be a real decent player here, because he's got good defensive qualities and he's got the ability to play a pass as well. He's got decent tight possession, good ball control, decent speed stats as well. Take a look at his player skills: interception, blocker, acrobatic clearance, man marking. Perfect as a right back, especially if you're coming up against those metas, because I find if you're playing like a 4-2-4, set your fullbacks on man marking on their wide players, and it will just literally shut that player down. It does depend how many other players they've got going forward. They may have like 2 attacking midfielders in behind 2 strikers or something crazy like that, so you do need to be aware. Just make sure you've got some extra shielding there with the defensive midfielders and perhaps anchor roles. But going back to Ben White, this is a very nice card in my opinion. This is better than I anticipated. Next up, Kyle Walker, who is a destroyer this time at centre back, and his defensive awareness to play at centre back is way too low, so you're gonna have to play him at right back in my opinion. But he has got some good speed stats. He's very quick across the ground. He's got some decent passing stats as well for a defender, but I would never play him as a centre back, not as a destroyer, not with that defensive awareness at 81. But stick him at right back and I think he could do a job for you, but he's not great. So for Kyle Walker, interception, blocker, aerial superiority, sliding tackle, acrobatic clearance, man marking, all great to have, especially that fullback role if you do get him. But there's probably better defenders and better GP offerings in all honesty. He could be useful in a 5-man defense as one of the centre backs who comes out to sort of press the players on the ball, especially around the edge of the penalty box, and leaving your other 2 centre backs covering. But for me, with that defensive awareness at 81, no chance. Sergio Dest at left back, very quick across the ground, lacking defensive abilities, lacking lofted pass and curling abilities. For me, this is going to be a pass. Take a look at his player skills: one-touch passing, pinpoint crossing. Honestly, not a good card at all. Next up, Goretzka, box-to-box midfielder. I'm going to just apply his booster. And for me, I know there's a lot of players out there that say that they really like this guy. I just cannot play with this guy at all. I cannot get a tune out of him. His tight possession's too low, his dribbling's too low, his ball control's too low. His speed and acceleration is fine if you want those longer strides, because he's a tall player, so he's going to be able to take those tall strides, and he's got physical contact to boost as well. So going forward, like charging forward with the ball, is great at pace. But for those of us who like to sort of take their time, release the sprint button every so often, then the tight possession is way too low for that. Taking a look at his player skills: one-touch passing, through passing, pinpoint crossing, all good to have. He lacks weighted passing. He's got long range shooting as well. Just go back to his kicking power, so he has got some kicking power there as well. So he's going to be a threat from range, and he's got rising shot as well and interception. So you can do both sides of defending and attacking, but it's not a player I would put in my squad, to be honest. Not this player. There's better better box-to-box players, the likes of Bellingham, for example, if you got the nominating contract. Next up is Demirbay, who's an orchestrator with ball control, tight possession, low passing stats, finishing stats, kicking power. He's got some good defensive qualities there as well. And look at this: long range curler, knuckle shot, dipping shot, rising shot, long range shooting. So outside the box with like 92 kicking power, he is going to be a threat. And I do love the orchestrator because they will run onto balls that are cleared from corners, etc., on the edge of the penalty box. This is actually a very, very nice card. He's got one-touch passing, through passing, pinpoint crossing, low-lofted passing as well, so he can dictate the play as well. I think this is actually one of the cards I would really, really like to pick up. He's got good speed, acceleration, disparity. His balance is a little bit low, but with a +2 manager bonus, that's going to be 80, so it should be okay. And physical contact is going to be 75. So yeah, really, really impressed with this card. Like, next up is Arda Güler, and I'm really disappointed that he is a goal poacher in this. However, he has got the attacking awareness to make him a decent goal poacher. He's got good speed, acceleration, disparity, so he's going to feel very nimble on the ball with a high balance, along with his high tight possession and his finishing. But I would have loved to have seen this player as a classic number 10. In all honesty, I think my GP build is probably better than this one as a classic number 10. But as a goal poacher, this is a viable card for sure. Take a look at his playing skills. One-touch passing, through passing. He's got the ability to play a pass, and then he's got dipping shot, long-range curler. Makes him a threat outside the box, but the kicking power is a little bit too low, in all honesty, 73. Not going to do too much damage with that. But he's got some nice player skills, double touch, soul control, Marseille turn, all nice to have. And he's got super sub as well, so he can come off the bench and get that additional boost to his stats. Juanmi, who's a goal poacher. He's got good attacking awareness. That's going to be 90 with the +2 manager bonus. Good finishing, decent speed and acceleration. Take a look at his player skills. First time shot is essential. Acrobatic finishes is nice to have as well. It's got long range shooting, heading, which is a bit of a surprise considering he's only 172 centimeters in height and 76 for jumping. But he has got aerial superiority as well, which will make him a threat from the air. He's got some track back qualities as well, so he's going to be able to like put the defense under additional pressure and come back and help out defensively. But not a bad player, not the best. Doesn't really stand out anywhere in particular, but I think he will get you a few goals. But I think there's better offerings in the GP pool, in all honesty. Next up is Endo. We're just going to apply the booster effect to see what that looks like. And he's a destroyer. And with the +2 manager bonus, this isn't a bad card as well. His low pass is going to be 80. His ball control is going to be 80. He's got really good defensive ability. So if you want someone to be like tenacious in and around that, your defensive half with his high stamina, good defensive abilities, decent speed and acceleration as well for a defensive player. He's got interception, blocker, aerial superiority, slide tackle, acrobatic clearance, man marking. He could be a right pain in the ass in that midfield. Bisek, extra front man, and immediately I look at his defensive awareness. It's a little bit too low. I'm not a big fan of the extra front man playstyle either. It's alright if you want him to go forward. When you go all out attack on the strategy, because he is tall as well at 196 centimeters in height, so he's going to be a threat. But in all honesty, just put another striker on. Take off the defender and put a striker on. Physical contact, 89, which is very, very good. Interception, blocker, aerial superiority, man marking, pretty much essential for a defender. But like I said, his defensive awareness is a little bit low in my opinion, and not a player I would personally put that back there. There's better GP offerings like Varane, Koulibaly, Van Dijk. And finally, Ukeda, who's a goalkeeper, an attacking goalkeeper. Decent goalkeeping stats, but again, there's probably better offerings in the GP pool and nominating contract pool, like Diego Costa right now. But he's got goalkeeper, low punt, and long throw. So in my opinion, my recommendations would be Demirbay, Ben White, and I'm not a fan of Son, so I'm going to go with Endo. Those are my top 3 recommendations, player of the week pack. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.